can see me okay. No. So sorry. Sorry, not sorry. This is just like updates, life updates, shit like that. I was up here 2 days ago. Hopefully y'all can hear me. I know I gotta work today, but I used to do this a lot. I used to come up here before work or after work. And I need to bring those vibes back because those are my most top favorite videos that I'd be doing. Other than delivering messages from source or from the dream world or from whatever. Sometimes I like to just come up here and chat. Regardless if people chatting me back in the live section, feel free to chat me back. And I don't have a specific schedule. I just come on randomly when I feel the need to or when I feel the energy. So I have about an hour and a half, 30 minutes, 40 minutes to chit chat. And then I'm going to get ready for work. Like a lot of people don't know, like I'm trying to expose, like not expose, but like warn people about the shelter life and then things that I've gone through, experiencing and being in here. And it's I can all the only thing I can really say right now is show gratitude that I'm thankful that I chose to live in the shelter. um some people are unfortunate. Some people, they feel like the shelter people don't help, which in some cases they don't. Not every shelter is like high tops. And then especially when you're going into a men's shelter or versus a woman's shelter or versus the family shelter, you get different types of treatment. Hi, welcome on in. So if you're looking to start all over again, which I've done this type of video before, but sometimes I like to bring it back because I didn't say everything. I don't know why I get so shy and so nervous sometimes. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Thank you so much for joining on in. I know these views are fake for some reason. I don't know. I think it's AI generated because they come and go. The only way I can tell if y'all are real, if y'all hit the like button and y'all comment. That's the only way. But sometimes some of y'all comments are like trolls, and then that's how I know if it's AI or just people trying to troll. And I'm used to them. The reason why I'm used to it because I've been bullied my whole entire life. And that it doesn't do nothing to me when people try to like belittle it to you. Hi, welcome on in. Make sure you hit that like button if you are real to let me know because even YouTube switch over to AI. Everything is AI generated, and I don't trust AI. There's a reason why I don't trust AI. I had too many dreams and too many visions about AI. Welcome on in. So many of y'all saying hi. I never really have this much people coming on in saying hi. Welcome. Where are you guys from? Where are you located? Right now I'm in New York. I've been in New York for almost. I got here August 22nd of 2024. So I've been here about a half a year. When I first got here, I was nervous as hell. I had bad anxiety, and I don't know, my anxiety got worse when I got up here. But then I started overcoming and started observing the whole city and how people are. My energy started to merge in, so I started to take up on certain things and learn certain things. Oh, you're next to New Jersey. Welcome. Welcome on in. I haven't been in New Jersey yet. I'm planning on going to New Jersey as soon as I get my apartment. I got my vouchers. It's just apartment hunting fucking sucks here. And I'm supposed to have a realtor, and I don't have a realtor. So my case manager kind of lied to me on that. Or, um, or she might be waiting. I don't know. She's not really giving me full details, and she don't keep me updated sometimes. And I don't like to bother people, but sometimes I have to bother them. And because I'm planning on trying to get out of here by September or October, or towards the end of this month. I only need like 3 pay stubs, and even if I still got the vouchers, they still want to show pay stub because I have the supporting. Um, I have both. I have city feds, and I have the supporting. Yes, you can get both, and but whichever one they take, because once they take the voucher, it's already been programmed and generated into the system for you to use. And the vouchers here is different from other states. Most states gets more than what New York gets. I thought about doing this in Vegas, but I'm thinking about going to Vegas like in 2 more years, 2 or 3. I'm just trying to see. I'm gonna stack up first before I leave, but I'm not doing the whole shelter thing again if I do decide to start all over somewhere in a newer city. Because I was originally supposed to be in Vegas before New York. I was supposed to just visit there and only live in there for like 1 month and then go to New York. But what happened to me in Georgia kind of like made a delay. So I'm kind of glad I chose New York. That way I can like stock up my bread. And I'm supposed to be traveling throughout the rest of the next 3 to 5 years. But it's hard to put that goal into a visual. It's not hard to visualize. It's just hard to bring the visual into reality because right now the economy is going up. So I'm trying to pick smarter places to actually see myself flourish and prosper. Like I'm flourishing and prospering here. This is the first time I ever get to keep anything for myself and not share with anybody or like my family members. And I can say that I'm doing much better up here than I was in the South. I'm not getting denied. I'm getting more approved up here than I was in the South and in Georgia. I don't know why. And it's weird because I lived in Georgia for like, see, I got there when I was about 5 years old. And then I left at the age of 29. So I was there for like a good minute. And then for some reason, each thing that I was trying to accomplish or have a goal inside of the city, it did not match with my vibration. So I kept getting more visions about me being in New York. And then when I was in the carnival, yes, I was a carny, but I was making hella bread, just to let you know. Um, I was I was last seen here, and then during those times that I was here, um, I kept getting the vision that this is where I needed to be. So I'm following the signs, and a lot of people can't follow the signs. They either tend to ignore it or whatever the case may be. Yes, I'm good. I'm just a little tired. I have not been getting any sleep past week, and it feels like lately I can't feel time. Like with my energy, I cannot feel the matrix time at all. I can't tell. Like I'm not on anything. I'm not taking anything. The only thing I'm doing is just smoking marijuana. But lately, ever since the shift, or ever since June 19th, or ever since I got here, really, to be honest, I have not been able to feel the matrix time. Normally, I can feel the time. I can feel when it's afternoon. I can feel when it's morning. I can feel when it's nighttime. I don't even have to look at my clock. I can tell what time it is without looking at the time. But now it's like, I don't know. I've been having like dreams about time. I don't know if anybody is the same way, where their dreams are getting more vivid with time. And it's only with this dimension. Every other dimension don't have a time, don't have a frequency of connection to the matrix. But when I enter into this matrix, for some reason, I cannot. Well, I can sense it, but I cannot really truly feel it because I'm not looking for it anymore. I'm not curious about it. But at the same time, I feel like I might have broke it in a way. It's so hard to explain how I feel like I might broke my own matrix, my own simulation of what I created for myself, and time does not exist. Especially when I'm at work, like time is moving faster instead of slower. Because back then, or last year, it was moving very, very slow. This year is moving more of the speed of light, the speed of thought. And it's like my days are merging. My days are like merging in a way. It's all in one day. It's all in one loop. And I'm realizing I'm getting out of the loop, and it's kind of like it's fucking me up a little bit because I'm used to routines. But then once I see myself in a routine into a loop, I want to get right out of it. So my spirit does it automatically. And it's like, no, we don't want rules here because this is a new world. This is a new dimension for us to be in. And it kind of is because you can kind of tell, like, when people are talking to you here, you can tell if they're thinking about the past, present, and future. It was like that in the South, but the people in the North are more focusing on the future and not self-doubting themselves. They're more positive. Even though they talk shit individually towards each other, like bringing them down on a different level, there are certain beings here that are fully woken and they kind of get it. And I kind of been on this journey finding people who are spiritually woke, if you want to call it that, or conscious, or aware of what's going on inside, internally, externally, in in this dimension, in other dimensions. And then I can tell those who are fake trying to cross over, but they're not fake. They're NPCs trying to have spiritual connection to where they came from, or have an understanding why they was NPCs in the first place. And I was like, I don't know. I've been helping a lot of different types of wickedness. I don't know what it's called. Different levels of like life, meeting different people. I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird. But this was the mission. This was the goal, is to gather many people as possible. For what? I think I know why now, because I had a dream that many years, not many years, but like a couple months back, I was talking to a friend of mine that I do a podcast with. They kept saying how they want to gather a lot of our woke people, a lot of chosen ones, and put all of us in our own community, like where we built something. And ever since then, I've been finding people that I saw inside of the vision where we were supposed to. It's still gonna happen. I just don't know when, because when I go inside the vision, it's like futuristic almost, but like almost like the Matrix kind of, where people uh, grow their own fruits and vegetables. They have, I don't know, these houses, like these round houses that are like see through, and they're good for the environment type of thing, and they're good for us. And I seen this world, and y'all remember when I did Let's Travel Through the Mind videos, right? I was speaking of this society, and it's the same society, but I'm having more visions of it now, like as we speak, and I don't know why. And it's like, it's crazy the way I wish I can have somebody else enter my subconscious and to see what I see, to bring it out, the whole story, which I have somebody that does that, but I try sometimes to keep them away. But sometimes when we are in unity, I don't mind him and her sharing my information, because because they do that sometimes. There's some shit that y'all don't know that I know. So I'm trying to expose it, but it's so hard. I feel weird. I just feel strange. It's very weird. But yeah, so I'm having more visions. So I'm gonna bring back those videos again. It's just I like to process and download more information from my vision, because I'm clairaudience also, and my clairsentience been off the roof lately. They've been more open since I got here, and I don't know whether it's the people or the city itself, because the city itself, when I'm in the middle of it, I can see its past, present, and future. I can see anybody's past, present, and future when they're next to me. Sometimes I just don't say nothing. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I warn them about something, but if I can't say it in reality, I'll go in the dream world and help them subconsciously, and help them battle out whatever it is that they're facing in this dimension, in the other dimension. But I don't charge anybody for it. I just do it because it's a gift. It's something I have spiritually, and I don't mind sharing it. And I don't mind being called weird. I'm used to it at this point. And I think about, I think this week, let alone, I went into at least 12 people dreams. 12 people. And I can remember their faces, but I cannot remember their names, unless some of them I can, some of them I can't. It sometimes, whatever music I am playing, or whatever television I am watching, or whatever I'm doing, their name tends to pop up in this dimension, and I'm like, wait a minute, don't I know you? And I'm like, yes I do, I helped you out in the dream world. And then I end up helping them out in their reality. So I'm trying to teach people how to do that, but it's so hard to explain to people who don't believe that some of this stuff is real, that we have supernatural power, supernatural gifts. and I always been the outcast about it. Even the people, even the spiritual community, don't really accept me like that. And I'm trying not to look for approval. I stopped looking for a long time ago. I'm trying to accept my gifts for what it is and not be afraid of it, because during the beginning of my awakening, I was very afraid of what I was witnessing, seeing, hearing, and feeling. Because at first, I thought it was like the things that we call mental illness is actually a supernatural power. It's just they don't understand why they have the ability to do what they do, how they tap in and tap off. Because one, our government knows about it, so they try to control the ones who are awakening. So they put subliminal messages throughout whatever they're watching, and when when they do that, they get downloads, right? They get like these visions of what they're supposed to do throughout their day, but they're getting visions of other people before their own, and they're supposed, some are submissive, some are not, when it comes to their gifts. And I can see how other people are using the gift as well, and I can see if they're awakened or not, and I can see if they're using it correctly or they need a little bit of guidance. Because sometimes I still go to the ones who were awakened before me, and I still learn from them. Because we do everything in the dream world, and we also try to like bring out in the dream world into reality. Sometimes we can't have access to what we do because of certain people, certain beings in other dimensions don't want us to bring it into this 3D dimension. Earth is in 3D. That's why it's the third planet from. Is it the third planet from the sun? Don't quote me on that. But um, yeah, it's crazy. And but the other beings, when they come to this planet, they don't know what dimension they land themselves in, because sometimes they lose a little bit of part of themselves when they connect themselves to this realm. It's it's all because of the tree. There was this once, I haven't even explained this yet about the tree. Well, I did a little bit, but not fully. There was this tree, as you know, the tree of knowledge, but some people don't know the visual effect of how the tree even got here, who made the tree, or where the tree of knowledge even, or why the tree of knowledge even existed. The tree of knowledge is like a ship. It's a ship for beings like you and me to travel to different types of world. Only those who are awakened can have true access to this tree, um, by through memory. So through memory, we're able to access old knowledge, access newer knowledge, um, information that the other people can't get. But they end up eventually getting it, but we just end up getting it first. And what we're supposed to do with these information, we're supposed to bring it back down. We're supposed to broadcast it any anywhere. It doesn't matter. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, uh, Twitter, wherever you go, that you are comfortable to broadcast information that you're receiving from other worlds and other dimension, you are free to do so. There is no more giving you half knowledge, but full knowledge. And some of you are already in that stage of being in your higher power, your higher knowing. You just are attracting a lot of negative, low vibration to our side. You're just supposed to let them transmute themselves and make sure they're on the right path, not erupt their path, unless unless it's in the order. Because some of us are here as karma collectors, karma debt collectors, or karma creators. We're able to create karma out of those who um, done wrong to the innocents, meaning to the ones who like didn't choose to wake up yet, or didn't even pick a side to wake up on yet. And you're supposed to protect them. You're supposed to help them feel more themselves, feel so that when they go through the experiencing of the awakening like we did, they, you know how we got on the dark side of the moon and then we went to the light side, and you know how we was tripping, like going through trips and then actually tripping during these trips. This is where you come in to guide them and to help them so that they don't trip when they go on the trip. It's so hard to explain because like during my first couple of trips of awakening, I did not know what realm I was in. I did not know what level I was on. It was like a video game. It was like I just entered it and they didn't give me a manual or instructions on how this place work or what this place is until I started doing YouTube videos and exploring other people experiences of awakening. and and it was weird because when I first came out with this whole there's another dimension, there's something outside of this world besides us, there's aliens and shit like that. When I was in school, people said that was weird, but now online, people are like popular with it and they're more accepted with it, and that's because of the shift that had happened during those times. And this was back in 2010, 29, 2009, um, and 2012. Those 3 years after that, everybody had a different respect of that, what they was going through spiritually, um, mentally, was a real thing, because the government been tapping on to ourselves, controlling our chakras without us knowing. And then there was a few people who decided to wake up to realize that we are being controlled by the government, and they tried to take over our spirit. So now it became a chain reactor, like an explosion. And then everybody out of nowhere suddenly, oh, I've been through this. I remember getting abducted. I remember um, seeing other beings from other worlds. And I was like, okay. So we woke up to a new shift, a new dimension. And I'm like, all right, this was the new world. This is the new world that they're talking about. And then Earth itself has just stayed still, but society itself kind of put people into a duality conscious. It split it up different groups, different factions who believe this, who believe that, and who don't believe anything at all, or only believes in thyself. But then it's merging all together now. Like like it was two suns, two moons. The two moons merged together with the two suns. Now it became a bigger supernova. So this new group, I don't know. I don't know what they are. They they told me their name. It starts with an M, but I, again, yes, I. Okay, here's the thing about me. I can talk to people telepathically. I do talk to certain beings, certain entities, certain deities telepathically. Sometimes I'm shy about it, sometimes I'm not. And when the message is really important, they start fucking up my reality. So if I don't deliver the message, my reality gets chain reaction. It gets explode with their frequency to make the message loud and clear. I'm pretty sure you guys are experiencing the exact same thing. The exact same thing. So, long story short, I'm able to speak telepathically. Um, my telepathically frequency has been skyrocketed ever since the shift. Um, the shift happened, by the way, the shift happened on June 19, where the sun was like really, really hot. It was 103. And when it got to 103, I saw like a wave in the sky. It was like you know the when you light a candle and you see the little flame on top, the little clear flame, and you're able to see that part. It was like that in the sky, but it was rainbow, and I saw it, and it product damn it, it went across the whole sky, and it was very, 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 very strange. And then most people should have got upgrades. Most people, not all. Some beings got upgraded, some didn't. And it's crazy. Some didn't get upgraded. Some did. Some ascended. Some descended. And I ascended. I upgraded. So I had my telepathic frequencies became more and more higher, and that's when these group of individuals came in. They started showing me their abilities, what they can do. There's new supernatural abilities. Not like an actual fucking superhero like from these fucking movies, although we can do that. But the food from our GMO and shit like that is stopping our ability to actually be a superhero, if you want to call it that. We're just supernaturally super. Some of us, not all. Only those that tend to believe in thyself, or, you know, yeah. So, yeah, ever since then, they've just been showing me their ability, showing me what they can do, who they are, and whatnot, and how they came to Earth. And they didn't come through the ship. I mean, they came through the ship. The ship was the tree. When I said that there's the ship, the tree of life used to be a ship. Yes, at one point. And and these beings will always use the tree of life to go to other dimension, but now they chose to stay in this realm to live among us. But their DNA, their body, is their body is kind of like us, but their DNA is different. They have something. They have artificial intelligence. They have robotic and synthetic, and they have humans, which they have human organs and have robotic uh, body parts. But you can't tell. You won't able to tell. It's a lot. You won't be able to tell if they're just like us or not. They're not Pleiadians at all. Although they have some type of look to them that's Pleiadians, like their hair. Their hair is like slick silver, um, silver white platinum almost, and they wear these long white coats, and sometimes they look like they're dragging their feet, sometimes they look like they're floating, but these are not the same. white coat beings that stop you from entering the matrix. They kind of look like them, except they're a lot taller than the average human, and they come down to visit us every few months or so, or every shift before the shift. They come and visit individuals that they've been testing on who got abducted from these individuals. So, because I seen during the blackout, there was a blackout like not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago in a city. I forgot what city. And then they also came during the flooding of Texas. So I felt them there. And then I also felt them in another city. And I seen them with my third eye in another city, in another state. And they was doing tests on people that they have been doing tests for years, since there was people like in the 1980s still looking like they're young here today, and they was testing on them, but they didn't know what year or what century they are in. They completely forgot about time. They wiped their memory out about time, and they don't even have to work in the matrix like some of us do. They didn't have to work. They wake up normally every day, doing normal things like drinking coffee, having breakfast, or something like that, or being around family. Like they looked exactly like us, but they wasn't like us. They didn't have to work in society. Everything was everything was handed to them by these beings, the white coat beings. They was dressed in white, had silver hair, silver platinum hair, and they would just hand them stuff each time. It was kind of like the show Upgrade, and mixed with the movie Matrix a little bit. That's the best way I can explain how it kind of like looks. If you haven't seen any of them, I highly recommend going to see them. Um, yeah, it was just like so strange for them to not work in society. And then so I came up to one of them, and one of them saw me. I was because I had astral projected. I didn't know I was astral projecting. For some reason lately, my astral projection been so completely off of where I really want to be wanted to go. It takes me to the opposite direction of where I'm trying to take myself to. And normally I can control where I astral project, but for the past 2 weeks, I have not been able to control where I am landing or where I want to see. And I think that has to do with the matrix cops because they're everywhere now. Um, and then they're also here. I call them the agents. The agents are here, and I've been talking to them, to the agents, and the agents they're not happy with this dimension at all. They want to completely wipe off the grid, and that vision is actually coming soon, where the grid will be completely wiped out. There's going to be like 50. I think all 50 states, they said, will have a complete wipe out, except for the ones that are not connected to the United States. They'll be able to get to see what's happening, and they're trying to make it like the Squad game, is what I heard. And I kept seeing Squad game everywhere, even on TikTok. And then the more it kept popping up, the more the message kept getting clear that the agents are here, that they're coming, that they're watching, and they're observing. So they're everywhere. They could be your friend, they could be your family member, they could be anybody you come across, your coworker. These Agent Smiths are coming or are here. He keeps saying coming, but he's already here because I feel his vibration. It's not a he. It's they can become female and male. There's female and male agents. In the beginning of time, it was they wasn't allowed to have um, other like another body. It was just all males. Now it's actually females, but the females are they have more spiritual abilities than them than the male. But the females are actually here to stop the other agents from destroying this society. So it's a it's a battle. That's why you guys are seeing battles of the Anunnakis and all that shit in the sky. What's happening in the sky and stuff like that is also happening in real time. It's just they're in the form of light. You can't really see them, but some of you can see them, and some of you can actually feel them, and some of you are part of the Anunnaki. You just don't remember who you are because the government don't want you to remember. Nobody wants you to remember, not even your family, not even the family you came with. Don't want you to remember. So when you remember, you wake up, and then you continue on the mission you have woke up from. Make sure you just land somewhere safely. So yeah. Alright, that's it. I'm gonna be on again for part 3 later on today or next 2 days. I don't know. My schedule is all over the place. And I'm trying to be up here more often. But it's like, I'm trying to balance. It's hard to balance sometimes. Keyword trying, not balancing. I'm not balancing at all. I'm kind of imbalancing, but yeah, it is what it is. It's reality. It's life. So I'll catch you guys on part 2. I really wish I had more engagement. It would be nice with a full-on conversation. So hopefully this message relates to you, because I know some of you guys are having weird dreams and weird visions. You might feel like time, you can't feel time. You're not the only one. I cannot feel time as it is, like quantum time. I cannot feel it right now. It's feel like it's been stopped or paused for some reason. And then once it starts up, it goes faster. So I don't know what's really going on. It's really because of the news. The new spirits are here. It's a whole new set of generations that are here. A whole new set of titans rising above, remembering who they are. And I've been seeing them remembering who they are, but they get so lost in that dimension. And I'm like, bro, just move on and create a better future for yourself. Don't get stuck in the past. Any type of past, whether it's this present past or the other life past. It's just don't get stuck, because that's what they want, for you to be on a loop. And once you get away from the loop, you are free. You are no longer the Smith. You're Mr. Anderson. You're Neo. So yeah. I don't know why you call him Mr. Anderson. Oh yeah, that's his name. I hear him in my head saying, Mr. Anderson, you are not supposed to. But I'm like, I don't care. But yeah. Anyway. Alright, I'm gonna go. Peace.